Welcome back to Tabletop Assault. I'm Ross, and today I'm going to have my first look at the new Azrael model. Obviously an iconic character for 40k, and a model that was well due, I think, a new model. So what do we think? I will see some of the new rules as he has been Primarist. Obviously that's still contentious many years on, but I won't go into that as much, and I'll have a look, give you my overall thoughts on him. One thing to say to begin with is that although I am not a Space Marine player, I do love Dark Angels, love the cloaks on them and everything as well, so I might be a little bit biased in this one. Anyway, let's have a look at the stats. Now, when we received word on Azrael on his stats, I didn't get the points for them. I don't know if that's maybe something I missed, but at the moment I don't know. He is, though, an HQ choice. Now, his stats are Movement 6, Weapon Skill 2, Bliss Skill 2+, Strength and Toughness 4, Wound 7, Attack 6, Leadership 9, and a 2+ save. All kind of standard for someone who I believe is an Artifice Armour is what it's called. It's been a while since I've said that one. His ranged weapon is the Lion's Wrath. It has two options. There is the bolt version, which is 24 inches, rapid fire 1, strength 4, AP -1, damage 2, and you can fire both profiles, but it is -1 to hit. In Lion's Wrath Plasma, which is 24 inches, rapid fire 1, strength 8, AP -4, and 2 damage, and no overheat, which is really good. Sword of Secrets, which is melee +3, AP -4, 3 damage, and unmodified roll of 6 is mortal wound in addition. His special rules, we have Angels of Death, Inner Circle, and an Iron Halo for 4 pinville. Chapter Master, so choosing command phase, core or character gets full reroll to it, as standard with Chapter Masters. Rise of Battle, 6-inch order, core get reroll 1s to it. Watch in the Dark, once per battle, deny the Witch, and this can be rerolled if it's against a Chaos force. And Supreme Tactician, if Battleforged and Warlord, you get +2 command points. Lion Helm, now this 6-inch aura, which is infantry and bikers, gain a 4+ invul. This is like a big thing for Azrael, but sometimes it can overlap. I'll go into that a wee bit later. And then Warlord trait, which is Brilliant Strategist, Dark Angel supplement rule, and it's during the command phase, one Dark Angel unit within 6 inches until the next command phase acts if it's Devastator Doctrine, if it's in tactical, or tactical if it's in assault. And for my overall thoughts when it comes to Azrael, starting with the model, is that I do like it. I think it's a cool model. One thing I've got a bit of a problem with is too many models seem to have the exact same pose as the models before it. So we're really just updating a little bit from the pose before. And I'd like a little bit more, okay, we're doing a whole new model, let's try something different. I suppose you could argue that was the case when it came to Gaz. That was a hugely different pose, but a few of them just seem to be really similar with just slight differences, and then obviously completely updated in terms of what they can do. I suppose it's iconic though. Only thing I really dislike, and this may be controversial, is the helm. I really don't like the old Space Marine helms, and it makes sense because it is an iconic notable piece of war gear. It has special abilities, so you couldn't really change that one as much. Now, if I was to pick up Dark Angels, which I would really quite like, I would possibly change the helm. I know some of the other ones you can get. I think it's on Lazarus is one that's quite cool, but that might be something that would really annoy some people, but I just really don't like it. Stats, solid stats, it's what I expect. I had a look against him compared to Malnus Calgar, but Calgar is in Gravis armor, so he has, I think, higher toughness and higher wound. So because Azrael is not in that kind of armor, it's kind of what you'd expect. I mean, toughness 4 is not great, but it is what you get on a Space Marine. Weapons, I really like the ranged stuff. I think the ranged is quite good. It makes him a little bit dangerous there. So interesting, you don't often get hugely dangerous ranged weapons, but because he's got two different forms of profiles to fire, and you can rapid fire both of them, that could be quite nice. Strength 7 is a nice boost, but the damage 3 from Sword of Secrets is really good upgrade, and the extra mortal wound is nice. A lot of people are like, I didn't quite reach Strength 8, which if you just made everyone the power they had to get Strength 8, then almost everyone would be Strength 8. It's good sometimes. No, they're not getting that. They do get something a bit different. So I like it. You know, not everything needs to be Strength 8, so that's cool. Abilities, largely unchanged. If it worked for you before, it will work for you now. And I think obviously having the extra command points is cool. generally Chapter Master and all that stuff is really, really quite good. So overall I think solid character, though the one part that is tricky is the 4-pin vault, as you'd want them to go along with Deathwing units, which is the sort of obvious choice, or even maybe Blade Guards, but they've got Storm Shields already, so it kind of overlaps. Maybe he's possibly better for units in the back, say you've got Hellblasters or anything with core keywords that you'd allow rerolls on, and then he's going to add on to them a 4-pin vault would be really, really good. However, if you wanted to make him overall useful, then adding something like 5-up ignore wounds, maybe 6, but I don't rate that as much, would really work more with the army, because I don't believe Dark Angels have too many ways for ignoring wounds, but I don't know Dark Angels entirely. So I think if you had that, then you could obviously have the option of keeping him in the back line, because it'd be useful there for survivability and other stuff, but also going in the front line. Going along with Deathwing can be quite difficult because they can teleport in, but even with Blade Guard, it means that 4-pin vault trick from his helm isn't wasted. It adds an addition and would really add survivability, because they bring their own 4-pin vault. This would add on extra survivability if that's what you're going for. So I don't like rules overlap, especially when it's the obvious choice. I don't want to say obvious choice, but one of the choices you could go along with him. So I'm a little bit annoyed on that side, but overall I do think he's pretty darn solid. And that is it for my first look at Azrael. Honestly, in a lot of ways, I think it's a case of if it's not broke, don't fix it. A lot of things have stayed the same. I suppose his stats, his weapon, his sword essentially have become a lot better, and I think as a combat character, certainly a lot of potential there. So overall, yeah, I really do like Azrael. I like the model. I think just in terms of look of it is very cool, but I am, again, as I mentioned, biased. I love the cloaked Space Marines. I think they look really, really cool. So yeah, I think it's a great job on this one. Please let me know what you think. Do you wholeheartedly disagree or agree? Let me know. And we'll see you on our Tabletop Assault Battle Report.